Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So here today we are just going to be graphing some of the quadratic equations. So firstly, let's graph this one, or rather let's sketch it. The question is saying that we have our y should be equal to x squared plus our 5x plus 6. So what are some of the things that you need to look at? So when sketching a quadratic equation, you are going to look at the values, the x-intercepts. Where does the equation cross the x-axis? The other thing is that where does the equation also cross the y-axis? The other thing is, what is the turning point? What is the turning point of y? What is the turning point of x? So let's begin. So to find the x-intercept, you equate y is equal to 0. So to find the x-intercept, so the x-intercept, it is the point at which the graph passes the x-axis, and at this point y is equal to 0. So you are going to say 0, where there is y, you are going to put 0 should be equal to x squared plus our 5x then plus 6. Then you are going to use our factorization method. So our product is equal to AC, which is equal to our A is 1. So we have 1 times our C is 6. This is our A, B, and our C. 1 times 6 gives us 6. Then we are going to have our sum, which is equal to B. So our B is equal to this value, the coefficient, which is our 5. Then finally, we are going to have two values. When we multiply them, they are going to give us 6. When we add them, they are going to give us 5. These values are factors for this equation are such that we are going to be having a 2 and a 3 like that. So if we have that, we can say 0 should be equal to x squared, where there is the sum, which is our 5x. That's why we put these numbers. So we have our 2x plus our 3x, then we have plus our 6 like that. Factorizing this equation in parts, we are going to have x is common. We're remaining with x plus our 2 like that. So if x is removed, then we are remaining with that. Then we have plus our 3 is common between 3 and 6. We are going to remain with x plus 6 divided by 3. It will give us a 2 like that. So we are going to have x plus 2 on one bracket. The other one is x plus 3, which should be equal to 0. Then we are going to have our x plus 2 should be equal to 0. Then say or our x plus 3 should be equal to 0. Then we are going to have our x-intercept is such that we are going to have our x is equal to, when our 2 goes the other side, it will be equal to -2, or our x should be equal to, when it goes this side, it will be our -3 like that. Now the one thing about quadratic equations, if you have your equation such as y is equal to x squared plus 5x plus c, as long as the coefficient of x squared is positive, it simply means to say your equation will more like be smiling because it's positive. Then if the equation has got a negative value here, it will be sad. You can think of it as that. So it will be sad in such a way that it will be upside down, or it will be frowning like that. So therefore, for this equation, we are expecting it to look like something like this. So we have found our x-intercepts, which are -2 and -3. Then we are going to find our y-intercepts for the equation x squared plus 5x plus 6. So the y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So we need to see a point where the equation, at this point, x is equal to 0. It could be any point as long as it's a y-axis. So we are going to put our y value is equal to, where there is x, we put 0 squared plus 5. Where there is x, we put 0. Then we have plus 6. Then we are going to have our 0 plus 5 times 0 is 0 plus 6. So our y value will be equal to +6. So therefore we have a positive 6 at that point. So this is our y-intercept. So we have found our x to be negative 2, our other x to be equal to negative 3, the y-intercept is equal to 6. So we have the intercepts. Now the only value that we need are the turning point. So the turning point, x is known as, x should be equal to negative b over our 2a, like that. Then we are going to have our negative. So the equation is y should be equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Where there is b, we are going to have negative 5. That's our b here. Negative 5 over 2. Then a is 1, like that. So we are going to have negative 5 over a 2, like that. So this is our value of our x at the turning point. So the TP for y for the equation is saying that x squared plus our 5x plus our 6, where there is x, just replace this value. So we are going to have y should be equal to negative 5 over 2 squared plus our 5 over just our 5 times our negative 5 over 2. We have plus 6, like that. So our y should be equal to negative 5 squared. Since this squared distributes there and there, we are going to have negative 5 squared is positive 25. Then 2 to the power 2 is equal to 4. Then we are going to have minus, we are multiplying, 5 times negative 5 is negative 25 over a 2, like that. Then we have plus 6. So let's pick our common denominator to be equal to a 4. Then we are going to have 4 divided by 4 is 1 times 25 is a 25, minus 4 divided by 2 is a 2 times 25 is a 50. 4, then we have 4 divided by 1 is 4 times 6, it is equal to 24. So 24 times 20 plus 25 plus 24 will give us 49, minus our 50 over a 4. So our y value should be equal to 49 minus 50 gives us negative 1 over a 4, which is equal to 0. You add a 0. 10 divided by 4 gives you a 2. The remainder is 2. You add another 0. 20 divided by 4 will give you 5. So negative for that matter. So we have found everything that we need. So our x-intercepts are at negative 2 and x is equal to negative 3. Y-intercept is at 6. Then we have the TP for x. It is equal to, x is equal to, what's our value for x? Negative 5 over 2, which is approximately equal to negative 2.5. Then the other one is y is equal to a negative 0.25, like that. So with these values, we can be able to draw our graph. So remember, our intercepts are at, let's say this is our 1, this is our 2, this is our 3. So our intercepts are at negative 3 and negative 2, like that. Then our turning point is at x is equal to negative 2.5. Negative 2.5 is somewhere here. So negative 2.5, comma our y, which is equal to negative 0.25. So our negative 0.25, if we have, let's say, our 1 here, negative 0.25 would be, let me, so that my graph is a bit bigger, let me move my 1 to be at this point, so that 0.25 will be at this point. So therefore our 0.25 is corresponding with my x value of 2.5 there. So this is what we have. The equation passes at this point and this point. Then the other thing is that the y-intercept passes at 6. So we are going to just put our 6 at that point and say, let's just join the graph. So we are going to have something like this. Then the graph goes like that. So you should be able to write it properly. So this is our equation of y should be equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Let's look at our next problem. Y is equal to 9 minus x squared. So this is a difference of two squares. So we have y should be equal to, we have 3 squared minus x squared. So our y should be equal to 3. You take 3 minus x and also take another 3 plus our x like that. Then find the x-intercept. So our x-intercept, you equate your y is equal to 0. Don't forget that. So we are going to have 0 should be equal to our 3 minus x and our 3 plus our x like that. Then we are going to have our 3 minus x is equal to 0, or our 3 plus our x is equal to 0. Then we are going to have 3 should be equal to, when we take the x this side, it will be equal to x, or we take the 3 this side, we are going to have our x is equal to our negative 3 like that. We have found our x-intercepts. Let us find our, from there find the x-intercept. So x is equal to negative b over 2a. So if the equation is y should be equal to 9 minus x squared, it will be negative our b. Remember, b is the coefficient of just the number with x. So this equation is the same as y should be equal to negative x squared, just rearranging, plus 0x plus 9. That's why it's not showing like that. Then this is your a, this is your b, this is your c like that. Therefore, putting negative b is the same as putting negative a 0 over whatever 2, then our a is negative 1. So that means to say the x-intercept is equal to 0 like that. If the x-intercept is equal to 0, we have y should be equal to 9 minus x squared. So our y should be equal to 9 minus our x is 0 squared. Then we have our y should be equal to positive 9. Now remember, the equation is y should be equal to 9 minus x squared. So just by looking at this equation, we can be able to tell, to say this equation more like will be something like this. Remember what I said, as long as it's negative, it will be more like sad, that as long as the coefficient there is negative. Then in this case, your x value, you have your x value of 0. That means to say that's even your intercept. So to draw this simple graph, we are going to have, we have our x is equal to 3 as our intercepts. X is equal to negative 3. Then we also have our x is equal to, the TP for this one is 0. Then our y is equal to 9 like that. So we are going to draw our graph like that. So we have our negative 3 and a positive 3 like that. Then we have our y should be equal to a positive 9 like that. So now what we are going to have is, let us just join the points. We are going to have the equation that looks like something like this. So that is what we have. Painting it, we are going to have something like that. So this is the equation of y should be equal to our 9 minus our x squared. Let's look at our last one. So what we are going to do is that for this other one, for this other one, you can just try it out. The procedure is still the same. Just do the same. Let's answer our number 2. So number 2, given the quadratic, f of x should be equal to 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. We are going to be looking at the equation of symmetry. So the equation of symmetry is more like the turning point of x. So now this one, it's more like it's a line that shows the turning point of x. So we are going to say x, for number 1, x is equal to negative b over 2a. So that's how we find the equation of axis of symmetry. So we are going to say negative our b, so this is our a, this is our b, this is our c. Our b is equal to negative 4, then we have over our 2, then our a is equal to 3, so we are going to write a 3 there. We are going to end up with a negative times negative, it will be a positive 4 over, we have our 2 times 3 will give us 6. So this is our axis of rotation, our axis of symmetry. So our x is equal to, let's reduce it, 2 can enter into 4, 2 can enter into 6, like that. So we have a 2 over 3 like. So this value is approximately equal to 0. We add a 0, 20 divided by 3 will give us 6. We add, remainder is 2, another 0, it will be 6. So we are going to just write 0.67 like that. So that means to say we have answered the first part. The coordinates of the vertex are just the coordinates of x and y at the turning point. So already if you have your x is equal to 0.67, then that means to say that's your x coordinate at the turning point. So if you look at your second part, coordinate of the vertex is just the turning point. So we are going to say our x, we know that our x is also equal to 2 over 3. So we can be able to say, for the other one, to say the vertex, so the vertex will be equal to, y should be equal to, so to find the equation, the vertex, since you already know what your x value is, get this x value, replace it there. So we are going to have y should be equal to 3, where there is x, we say 2 over 3 squared minus 4, where there is x, we put 2 over 3, then we have plus 1 like that. We are going to end up with 3. 2 squared is 4. This 3 squared is equal to 9. Then we have minus 4 times 2, it will be 8 over the 3. Then we have plus our 1 like that. So we are going to have our y to be equal to 3 times 4, it will give us 12 over 9 minus 8 over 3 plus 1. Let's reduce it a bit further. Let's divide 3 in here, it's 4. 3 in here, it's 3. Then we have minus 8 over 3 plus 1 like that. So our y at the vertex, y should be equal to, let's pick our 3 as our common denominator throughout. 3 divided by 3 is 1, times 4 is 4. 3 divided by 3 is 1, times 8, it will be negative 8. 3 divided by 1 is 3, times 1, it will be plus our 3 like that. Then what we are going to have is y should be equal to 4 plus 7, 4 plus 3, sorry, it will be 7 minus 8 over our 3. So we are going to end up with our negative 1 over our 3 like that. So this is the turning point of y at that point. And this value is approximately equal to negative 0.333. So what you can do is write 0 point at the 0. 10 divided by 3 is 10 divided by 3 is 3. Then we add another 0. The system will continue like that. Now we have found the second part of the question, which is this one, then all we have to do is first let's label them. So the vertex coordinates of the vertex, they want the x and the y values. So coordinates, so the coordinates are such that we are going to be having, we have remember our x axis at the turning point is equal to x should be equal to 2 over 3, if I read it correctly. Then our y was equal to negative 1 over a 3, like that. So that's our y. Then what we are going to do is this. In order for us to find now the x-intercept for the equation that is saying that we have y should be equal to y should be equal to 3x squared minus 4x. So 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. We have our negative here. Then when we do that, what we are going to end up with is this. For this one, we have a product which should be equal to AC. We are trying to factorize. So we have a 3 times 1, which is equal to 3. We have a factor, which when you add them, they are going to, First, let's identify our sum, which is our B. In this case, it is equal to negative 4. Then we have our factors. So under factors, we are going to be having our factors, 2 numbers, which when I add them, they are going to give me negative 4. 4, when I multiply them, they are going to give me 3. Our products, they will be equal to negative 3 and a negative 1, like that. So what we are going to have is this. So replacing the equation in the first one, we have y should be equal to 3x squared, then minus this sucks 3x minus x minus 1. So we are going to have y should be equal to, we have 3 is common, also x is common, remaining with x minus 1, like that. Then we also have negative 1, open brackets. We are going to have our x plus 1, like that. Yeah.